All right, welcome to another episode of 35 Allgrip. Today's guest, Norman Plante.
Howdy.
Thanks for being here, Norm.
Stoked to be here, man.
I'm stoked too. We got a lot to get into today.
Yeah.
I got a short little intro for you.
Sure.
If people somehow don't know who you are. So here we go. We got a legend on the show today. Norman Plante is East Coast downhill royalty. He's the mids lord and also a bit of a meme lord as well, I'd say. Norms has been on the podium of some high caliber races, but is most known for his unique and effortless freeride style. Not only does Norm shred in the streets, he also could very well be the best guitar player / downhill skater out there, or maybe all time. Which, we'll get into. I'm claiming it for you.
Sure, yeah, I'll take it.
Well, there's a lot to get into. I kind of just wanted to start off with what's been going on in your life, start of 2024. What have you been doing?
So super Spark Notes is basically had a lot of life changes happen and, had a breakup, lost my job, had my buds, Pat and Ryder, hit me up about having a room open down here. And I just said, fuck it. Let's go to Asheville. So now I'm here. And yeah, I'm loving it so far. It's been really sick. But yeah, there's been a lot of changes in 2024 already. But it's been good. It's been good, man.
I feel like it's been a long time coming. I think that, like you were saying earlier, we were talking before we started, you've been trying to move down here since 2013. So it seems like a good time to get down here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I remember the first time we came down here to skate and stuff, I was just like, wow, this place is insane. And I always kind of clicked with it. And I've always kind of wanted to try out living down here. So it's sick to finally get an opportunity to. And as I said, it's been sick so far, man. It's the scene down here is really cool. It's been cool to reconnect with downhill skating in a way that I haven't been able to do in a long time. Skating potentially basically every day is something I've never, well, not never, but in the last however many years hasn't been on the table for me, at least for downhill. So it's cool to be able to get on that again.
It's definitely on the table. If you got the motivation, you can make it happen.
I'm skating too much.
Yeah,
it's a problem.
It's a problem. Yeah, first world downhill problems. Well, just a plethora of things to get into. I wanted to get into some team mids talk, and I got a guest question. I think that'll lead us into a good conversation from Ben DeSnyder.
Oh boy.
Here goes.
Yo, what's up, 35 Allgrip? It's Benny D. And considering we've got my sweet boy Norm in the hot seat, I want to know a couple things. First, talk to us about the origins of Team Mids back in the day. The role of AC Moore Craft Store and Home Terrarium Project in creating Team Mids as we know it. Second, I want to know about skateboards.com because not many people know the lengths that you and all of us were going to procure serviceable slide wheels back in the day. And lastly, I want to know about making skate videos off an iPod Nano. That's it. Yep. Bye.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
That was a lot to unpack.
I was gonna say there's a lot there. There's some shit that I didn't even remember until just now, and I barely do. Hold on, let's break that down. What was the first part? Do you remember?
First part was origin of Team Mids.
Okay, origin of Team Mids. So man, where do I begin? But yeah, basically, so as far as I remember, back in Holliston High School, I grew up in Holliston, Massachusetts, and I went there with Eric Roth, Ben DeSnyder, Jeff Steiner, some old friends, and going there, there's some kids who were generally older, at least older than me, Eric and Ben, in the grade above. They had this joke where they would describe stuff as mids. Ooh. And yeah, they would just like call stuff mids. It was just like this inside joke thing, just like, it's like low grade weed, it's bad, And that eventually kind of like rubbed off on us, and like, one thing led to another, and then like suddenly, we were describing shit as mids, and like we had got into skating, and it kind of transferred over to there, and then it became like a thing in downhill skating. It's crazy to think about. It's like that's like a hyper mega simplification of it, but yeah, it's crazy. It kind of all started as like a stupid inside joke in my high school, really, like at the very beginning, which is wild. And then okay, let's do this part by part. So that's
how does this transfer over to downhill here? Yeah, sorry.
How does it transfer over?
Yeah.
So like, well, I mean, it kind of just all like happened at the same time, whereas like that was kind of a thing, and then my buddy Eric Roth, he was like, I think as far as I remember, the first guy in our friend group to like get a longboard. Like he had a Flex 5 Vanguard, loaded Vanguard, so like crazy flexy, bouncy kind of dancing board, and that was kind of like, me and Ben kind of like checked that out, and we're like, oh, this is pretty fucking sweet. Like cruised around a bit, and then we were kind of hooked, and we're like, oh shit, this is fun. And it kind of all spiraled out from there, and we're here. But how did mids got into like downhill skating? It was really just like, yeah, we were calling shit mids, just like as a funny word. It's like a funny thing to do. And then it turned like I'm going to credit Kai for this. Kai Salam for kind of introducing us all to, well, first of all, he took me to my first downhill like day, like in Western Mass. So shouts out to Kai Salam for that.
Shout out.
But he also, I think, introduced us to the original, to me, the origin mids wheel, which is the Sector 9 Biothane wheel. Very, very important wheel in the history of mids and like downhill mids wheel sliding.
It's like the top of the pyramid of mid wheels.
Yeah, but to me, it's still like God mid. Like that's number one. The 65 millimeter I say bio mid because I'm so used to calling it that, but Biothane wheel. Oh, and actually that ties into I completely forgot about this, but skateboards.com was just this like grody ass website where they just had Biothanes for cheap. And like back when we like, we're just starting, and like, there were these shitty wheels that we were just starting to call mids, like, because of that's what they are to us. Yeah, we were like just hunting for like the shittiest wheels possible that left cool thane lines. And like skateboards.com, I remember, was like, that was the plug.
That was the plug.
Yeah, it's just this generic ass fucking website where they had Biothanes for cheap, and that was the plug for a minute. I completely forgot about that website. It was an important website back in the day for us.
I wonder if it's still around.
It's a good question. It might be. But yeah, back in the
great
day.
Domain name.
Dude, yeah, for real. They killed it on that. But yeah, man, the terrarium part? Oh.
Yeah, what's going on with this terrarium?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, it has something to do with like we had sacks of like like the craft moss from like AC Moore that like kind of looks like mids.
Okay. Yeah.
There was some shit happening back in the day with that. There's some stupid shit, but yeah, I barely remember that. Sorry, Ben, I can't elaborate on that more, but I think I shut that out of my mind.
I think we got the picture a little bit. I'm kind of
a little bit
picturing it. What was the other part? The filming with the iPod Nano.
Oh yeah,
what's going on with that?
Yeah, so we had this YouTube channel, Skatehousemedia. I mean, we still have it, where we would like put a bunch of dumbass videos that we made for like skating on, and yeah, like all those early videos is just all straight iPod Nano. It's
really like embodying mids.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, it doesn't look that. If you didn't know it was an iPod Nano, I mean, I don't know. Would you guess it? Probably not. I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty on par with as far as quality and the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not that
time
bad.
Frame. It's really not that bad.
But yeah, we filmed many a video on an iPod Nano back in the day. And yeah, good times, dude. I want to film more on an iPod Nano.
Amazing.
You probably get them for like $45 now. You drop them in a mid-run.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Yeah, you mentioned Skatehousemedia got some Stretch House stuff I wanted to get into. One of them was Ranch TV. What was it? Bird Strike.
Yeah.
Just absolute classic.
Yeah.
Video,
dude.
Yeah, if you want to run that back for the people that may not have seen it.
Yeah, if you go to Stretch House Media on YouTube, there's the video Ranch TV Bird Strike, so like this was, I think, Burke 2014, 15, something like that. And so at the event, I was taking a run with my buddy Stefan Cater-Snyder and Ross Druckery. And we're going down the fastest part of the road, which is like a 55-mile-an-hour straight. And I think, did I have a GoPro on, or Ross had a GoPro on? And he was filming Stefan. And at like the fastest part of the road, a grouse flew out, and Stefan hit it, and there's just like this big blast of feathers and shit. And he like caught this all on camera. And then we made Ranch TV's Bird Strike. I think literally the day after we got back from the event, we were just like hyped up. We were like, oh, we got this footage of Stefan hitting this bird going like 55 miles an hour. And yeah, I mean, I could just try to describe the video, but I think everyone should just watch it.
Yeah. I'll put a link in the show notes. I might clip in parts of this too, if I remember to do it into the video, because it's gold. It's aged really well too. It's classic. Yeah, I watched that this morning and I was like, dude, I was laughing so fucking hard.
Yeah, we were doing some dumb shit. Just like I was mentioning, like there's one shot where we do the practical demonstration of the ragdoll, and like that was just I think it was my leather, or no, it was Stefan's leathers filled, because it was him falling, right? Stuffed with like clothes and then like a teddy bear for his head. And we just drove down my street at like 60 and like threw it out the window and got the shot. We were, I don't know. We were really on one. Like,
it looks real enough for like the 1.5 seconds.
The effect is good. Definitely. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's a good video. Do recommend.
Yeah. It's some Hollywood magic going on. Yeah. It's super great. Yeah. Definitely check out Stretch House. This all happened at Burke. What, you think 2014, maybe?
Something like that.
Well, I was going to bring it up eventually, but I guess now is a good time. You did pretty well at Burke.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
In the race?
Yeah. I mean, I came close a few times there, man. Yeah, it's a great fucking race, great road. I think... trying to remember. I think the only, I think there were three races at Burke? The first one doesn't count because there was a blizzard.
There was Snow Year, and then
Snow Year,
PC Cup year, and then the next year was World Cup.
Was it? No, the next was just free rides, I think.
There was a free ride too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, I think.
There was 2 events at Burke in 1 year. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Goddamn. Take me back.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to skate that road once. Or like 100 times, because that's what you'll want to do once you get there.
Oh, big time. Well, you got second in
I did.
2014, if
that
I'm
was,
correct.
I think, yeah. I'm so bad with the years. But yeah, the first PC Cup one. Yep, got second. Almost got first, but
who got first that year?
James
Kelly, yeah.
James, if you're watching this. Yeah. It was it's like, I mean, as I said, that is something that still to this day kind of keeps me up at night, because I'm just like, I had him. But yeah, so like the story of that is like, it was, we're racing all day. It was like weird conditions. It was like kind of rainy, patchy, shitty, what have you. And it was my first race, like leathered up, like legit race of my life, which is what makes
for
this
real?
crazy. Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, this is my first like leathers required race.
Wow, that makes it so much more badass.
It makes it so much harder to deal with for me. But yeah, I mean, but yeah, it was like, I mean, raced all day. I was feeling good. And yeah, it came down to me and James in the final, which was crazy. I mean, I was freaking the fuck out, obviously.
Yeah. That was like the height of like James Kelly, like.
I mean, yeah, he was a contender. I mean, he was peak James. But yeah, then it was like patchy on the start line, high tension. Dropped in, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be crazy. And then at one point, I forgot which corner, but it was the right going into the fast straight. I'm pretty sure at the G-form corner. Can't remember, but I think James slid out there. I was behind him, and I was like, and I made it, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm in fucking first. James just crashed. But then, like, because as you said, this was like James, like peak James, basically. Like, I was like, he's not going to let me win. There's no fucking way. He's going to get back on his board, and he's going to push as hard as he can, and he's going to just fucking get me. So I was like, okay, I have to go as fast as I possibly can. And so, like, patchy, shitty conditions, I just went as fast as I could down the straight, like full tuck. Like, this dude, I just pretended he was on me. Slid for, like, the combo breaker right, left, and gunned it a little too hard, and washed out a bit, got up, looked up the hill, and James is like halfway down the straight coming. And I'm like, fuck me. And so like I start pushing in, and James is like making it down. Like he was like, wasn't even tucking. He was like standing up. And he was coming down to the right, left. He takes a good line, and I'm like on the road, but he has more exit speed, and he fucking gets me. And it's a hard one to deal with because it's just like I could have just probably stood up and just chilled, and probably might have won. But
he probably thought he lost too. Perhaps I wonder what his perspective was like.
I never asked him, but it's fine. He bought me dinner after. He got some Chinese food. So, hey. But yeah, that was the only way I console myself was that was my first race. So. Your career could have been different, man. I peaked early. My racing career peaked immediately, and then slowly went down. Fitting for mids.
Yeah, it is very fitting for mids. It's like, pretty fucking good, but not...
Just not quite.
Just not quite.
Yeah, just not quite.
Were you riding sucrose at this point in 2014?
I think so.
Okay. When'd you get on sucrose?
Yeah, it might have been. All right, let me think. Yeah, I might have been right around then, or what was I riding at that point? I'm not sure. I think it was either. I know sucrose was either like 2015.
Okay.
Or 2016, somewhere around there. Yeah, I think I had. Did I have rain wheels on? Impossible to say, man. I don't remember. It was to say.
You blacked out.
But I do remember, speaking of sucrose, I remember one year, this was the next year at Burke, where I don't think I made top 3. I think I got like 4th. But that year, I was riding calibers and sucrose, and I only had 2 sets of sucrose for the entire event. And I'm told by Justin Rollo that that's the furthest anyone's ever gone in like a race of that spec with cast trucks like that he knows of. So that's kind of cool. I'll take that,
Oh, take that. Also, you're on sucrose, which are not like a rate, like they were good wheels, but like as far as race wheel, there was certainly other options. I mean, that combination, that combination's like, and only 2 sets too.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
It was something. But
put that on the resume for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say again, I'll take it. Yeah. And exactly. It's like you didn't win, but at least there's something cool. It's a cool accolade there. That's fun.
Oh, big time. Were you we're gonna be skipping around a little bit. Did you travel much before you got into downhill skating, or do you think
No.
Was like skating a vessel that turned into you kind of getting out there?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've never really been like one for like being super adventurous in that way, or traveling or seeing new places, but like skating, it was kind of like I learned that like traveling was cool through skating in a weird way. Cause like it wasn't the traveling that was appealing to me. It was the skating part. And the traveling was kind of like just a consequence of being able to, or a symptom of going to skate these cool spots that I wanted to skate or whatever.
Yeah, just a necessary medium.
Yeah, a necessary thing to do, like going to California or whatever, you know. Like I probably wouldn't have done that normally, but like, you know, with everything going on in California, then I went out there and stuff, and yeah, you know.
What year did you go to California? Because you went to college out there, correct? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I went to school in 2013 at the University of Redlands, which is like an hour day east of LA.
What is this UR? What's the abbreviation for the college? University of Redlands?
I don't even know.
College? URC?
I don't know. But yeah,
You don't
University
even
of
know you went
Redlands.
there.
I don't even know. That's the thing is like as I said, I went there, but it was just an excuse to get as close to Malibu as I possibly could.
The Wood Booger Freeride is back July 27th and 28th in Norton, Virginia. Now this road is 2.5 miles long. It's got fast straights and huge slides. We're talking back-to-back combo breakers. This road is awesome. There's camping on the hill, and the locals are super stoked to have us. So register today. You can find out more information on the Wood Booger Freeride Instagram. Again, that is July 27th and 28th in Norton, Virginia. See you on the hill. We're going to take a moment to shout out Orangatang Wheels. Orangatang is a supporter of 35 Allgrip, and they have a new center set wheel that's going to be released in about a month from now. And because of this, 35 Allgrip is going to do a little bit of a raffle. So if you want a new set of O-Tangs, all you got to do is subscribe to 35 Allgrip on YouTube, if you're not already, and leave a comment on this episode. You can comment anything you want. You just got to comment something, and those two things will enter you in the raffle. And I will be picking someone in about a month or so from now. So if you win, I'll be contacting you. All right, back to the episode.
And yeah, so I was just taking gen eds and stuff there and trying to get to Skatehouse every weekend that I could, like every weekend. But yeah, yeah.
Now, was this, I came across a video of you shaving your face with whipped cream. Was this college era, Norm?
Oh, yeah.
The same era? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Just trying to get my timeline dialed in here.
Yeah. That was, yeah, definitely, yeah, there's a video on Stretch House. Yeah, that was 2013 or 14 for sure. Yeah, not a great time for my brain, but yeah, but you know, I survived. But yeah, it was pretty rough there. It was mental health wise, let's say, at school. Yeah, it wasn't good, dude.
What was your living situation like?
Yep. Yeah. So my room at that school was like a triple. So I was supposed to have 2 roommates, and 2 of them just didn't show up. I still don't know what happened there. They just didn't show up. And so they were like, all right, here's your triple to yourself. And like normally that would be like, oh wow, that's the sickest thing ever. But like being from Massachusetts and now I'm like in an unfamiliar place. And I think this was this in 2013? But I was just like, you know, when I wasn't like out skating with people and stuff, like in LA or Malibu and stuff, I was like pretty isolated where I was at. So yeah, I didn't fare too well sometimes. And I let my room get a little dirty.
As a college freshman does.
Yeah,
you know.
but it was a little more than that. But it was like, you know, like I did laundry like half the time the whole year. Like I like washed the stuff and then I forgot it in the washing machine.
They just got
for, like, a
actually
day.
dirtier.
They basically got dirtier. So like I did like laundry maybe like negative 0.5 times in the
like
whole
musty.
year. Yeah, and like there was like a layer of old clothes on the floor. Like I was like cutting blanks in my room with like power tools. Like there was like sawdust everywhere. It was just piles of trash. It was really bad. It was bad to the point where I was like, I was not faring good. And like it was Christmas break was coming up and I went home and I was like, oh, this is like a relief to like not, it was like kind of like the clouds cleared over like, oh man, like I've been in like a haggard situation and now I'm like, back home and everything's nice. And like, I know some people again. I just felt good. But then on that break, I got a call from my school and they were like, hey, is this Norman? I was like, yeah. And like, hey, so we were conducting like room inspections for like, like every holiday or whatever. We like, check everyone's room or whatever. And they were like, yeah, so we checked yours out and it's being deemed a biohazard. Literally. A biohazard. And you have like a week to clean it up, to fix it. And then it's going to get inspected again after you get back or else you're going to be expelled. So that was pretty sobering call to get. I'm like, damn, okay, I really have to fix my shit.
It's not a call you want to get.
No, I really got to do something. So, yeah, that was a good time. It's a fun story to tell, though. It was
could have been worse.
Could have been
suppose.
worse. I mean,
did you clean it up or you just let it fester?
Oh, I cleaned it up.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good,
I mean, I didn't want to get expelled. Then I couldn't go to Skatehouse anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So good times, man. Good times.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what that shave. Anyways, to really circle back.
Yeah.
That shaving cream video, that was from me being really mentally unwell at school.
Yeah, I was
like right at the beginning of my madness, I think.
This is how it all started. Well, you just think about like one year you're shaving your face with whipped cream. The next year you're almost beating James Kelly in finals.
That's what
so
you got.
Like,
you got.
Yeah.
Is there a connection? Maybe.
Yeah. Hey, you could follow down Norm's path.
You too could be like me if you collect your trash in your room for a long time.
I wanted to bring back. We kind of brought up sucrose a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
You rode for them for a number of years, if not mistaken. What was riding for sucrose like? Did you have like a budget or were they hooking you up? What was that?
Oh
like?
yeah. I mean, so it was like I think 2015. I want to say like Max Myers was working at Arbor and he hit me up and was like, hey, like Arbor's gonna have a wheel company. Are you interested? And I was like, hell yeah, I'm interested. He gave me some wheels to try out, and I was like, these are sick. And yeah, we took it from there, rode for them for a while, filmed a bunch of videos, did a lot of skating on them. And we ended up getting like some rider contracts for like, I actually just looked at them. I think it was like in 2015 or 2016, it's probably 2016. We had like I think like $1,500 travel budget or $1,000 travel budget that we could use for like whatever, basically. And then there was like some other stuff with like if you got a video with like X amount of views or whatever, you got a certain amount of money.
Okay.
But yeah, it was cool. At the time, I wasn't even like, tripping that much. I was just like, damn, this is cool to just like, damn, I got a contract. That's crazy. Whoa.
I mean, $1,500 is like 10 grand in 2024.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, again, it was kind of for me. It was like it was really sick because it's like, I mean, I couldn't really feasibly go to some of the shit I went to without that. So like, it was pretty sweet.
What were some like notable events that you went to that kind of sucrose helped you get to? I know there was Burke, obviously.
Yeah, like the whole like the very brief period where I was racing, like sucrose was definitely helping out with travel stuff and entry fees and wheels, of course. So like definitely, shouts out to Max for that whole situation and believing in me for that, because it was a cool era. And like beyond just like the perks like that, like like Coop on the team, Ian on the team, Sam on the team, a bunch of homies who were sick skaters, being able to just like have a kind of be on the same team as them and film videos with them was super sick.
Yeah, I mean, Sucrose in that era was like pretty top tier crew of riders, I would say. Sick, I mean, because you eventually had like Matt Deitch was on there too.
Yep.
I think Garrett Gorley. NC people were on there too.
See, I don't even remember everybody who was on the team. It was an extensive list at one point, and it was like fucking baller folk.
You and Coop, like you said. God, I'm trying to remember everyone. The team was like,
I know it was
stacked.
I can barely remember, but yeah,
like every person on there, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, they
got everybody.
They were killing it. They were killing it for a minute there. And yeah, no, it was good times, dude. It was good times. I remember for NCDH, like Max sent us like me, Coop, Ian, like a fucking and Matt, like a shit ton of wheels. Just like
they seemed to hook it up.
It was just like looking back, it's just like super cool. Very fortunate to have had that kind of somebody believing in my skating to the point where they're willing to give me free wheels and shit. I think about that a lot. Just like super fortunate position to like be able to get anything for free, like that.
Yeah, I mean it's well deserved too, though. Like you were definitely putting out some banger media. Like,
thank you, man.
I mean, that like. A lot of that footage that's now like 10 years old even still like holds up.
Hell yeah.
Real good.
Thank you, bro. Hell yeah.
But you never I always thought you might get a pro model wheel. What was there ever talks of that, or was that ever maybe a possibility?
It was like kind of a thing for one moment, but it was like, I don't know. It didn't pan out. It's like, it is what it is. It doesn't really... Like, there was a period of time where actually me and Coop were supposed to get wheels. And, I don't know. It just didn't happen. It is what it is, It
is what it is.
Shit just, I don't know. I honestly don't even know exactly why it didn't happen, but it just didn't. And it was like, there's so much, like, bureaucracy, I feel like, when it comes to, like, getting, like, a wheel like that. Like, it takes a lot of time, and people got to approve of stuff and this and that, and... I mean, at the end of the day, I was getting stuff to ride, so it is what it is. I actually do have one set I think they're in my parents' basement or something, of the Sucrose Vice wheels, but they were in like a formula that was supposed to be my wheel, and it has VN on the side. I have one set of prototype or signature wheels that exist. And they're in my parents' basement. So
are they never ridden? Have you ever
never ridden? I don't intend on riding them.
Oh yeah, keep those in the vault.
Yeah, that's the one set. I think the other set I gave to my buddy Kai Schweitzer, but he deserves them. So, but yeah, there's one singular set of Norm Pro wheels in the world.
It's a retirement fund right there, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty cool. Keep those forever for sure.
Since we're on the topic of wheels, I don't know if I heard. I think Jack was telling me this a while back, and I don't know if it was you that had experimented with it, but have you ever soaked wheels in diesel fuel? Do you know anything about that? Is this you? Is this
No. Well, so we had some techniques. So like there's like back in the day especially, we had some crazy fucking theories on like ways to like modify the chemical structure of wheels. Like one popular one okay, where do I start with this? There were these like, so like, how some wheels like, especially seemingly O-tangs, because I feel like back in the day, everybody rode, because O-tangs were available and there was like the main thing people had. But like people would ride O-tangs on their cruiser or their dervish or whatever and be doing slides on like blacktop or something with no spacers, and they're like jangling and they get like the tar on them.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, so like, we realized that for some reason, it seems like when you do that to an O-tang wheel, like get the tar layer on it, and then you just like leave it in a closet for like 5 years. Once you take it out and you wear that tar layer off again, they feel completely different.
Interesting.
We called them no-tangs because they were like not like O-tangs, but they were O-tangs.
No-tangs. Okay, I've never heard of this.
And so like we would try some shit where we would like seek out like super grody old O-tangs and be like, oh, I think they got it. These look like grody enough and old enough that they're gonna do the thing that we want. And then there was also we tried we would freeze wheels for a long time, like leave them in a freezer for like 2 years, and like with the tar and shit on them because we were like, oh, this is gonna like help them do the thing. By the way, the no tang thing is like they just like slide a lot more.
Okay.
They just slide a lot, which we liked obviously at the time.
Interesting.
But yeah, we were doing some arcane shit.
What did the freezer do? What?
Probably nothing.
Probably nothing. You just
Probably nothing.
Just taking up freezer space.
Yeah, but like we were like, but I will say the tar thing where you like tar sits on a wheel for an extremely long time. I swear that does something.
Oh shit!
I swear that does something. If you leave it for a really long time and then you take it out and then you like do a really big slide really fast and you like blast that layer off. I swear. I don't know what it is.
This is some like insider tips here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give it a shot. I don't know. Seek out some Grody Otang. See if I'm wrong, but I swear, it has worked at least a few times in the past because I was like, oh, these look like ass, and then you like wear off the like layer, and then you're like, oh wait, these are awesome, and it's a phenomenon. I'm telling you. It's a thing.
Is the diesel fuel? Is that just something I heard?
The diesel fuel is probably just like an extension of the freezer thing. I mean, I certainly wasn't doing that, but it's just like, like maybe this will do something if I soak it in fucking fuel for a long time. I do feel like, sorry to interrupt, but I feel like it just like it might work to make them slide better because it just ruins them.
Just breaks
like
them
it just
down.
like breaks. It's like decomposing them or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
But yeah, so we had our theories.
If someone out there is ever,
I was gonna say, if anyone knows how this works, let me know.
Yeah,
because I don't.
Like comment on YouTube or wherever, and let me know your findings.
Yeah,
if you've
any chemists out there want to weigh in.
I'm interested.
Yeah,
I almost did it, and I'm like, wait, I'm not gonna go buy diesel fuel. Like, what the hell am I gonna put?
I mean, you
in?
should try it now.
It's just like out front of my porch, just like
just
stinky.
In a bucket. Yeah, you should.
Like,
you should.
What the hell is that?
I highly endorse this. Yeah, you should try it, and then let me know how it goes.
I feel like you might leave them out there for like a year, and they're just completely disintegrated.
Yeah. I mean, well, another thing is like if you leave. I mean, you probably know this, but like if you leave wheels in the sun for a really long time, they get all like crusty. I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about?
They definitely like change pigment real quick.
They get like literally crusty though. I feel like they get like. I don't know. They'd like completely change. I just know this because like, I mean, whenever I would visit like skate house, there'd like be like a whole fence of cord wheels and shit. And they're like all like literally crusty. Like, I don't know. There's some chemical shit. Somebody's going to learn how to do like wheel alchemy one of these days and do some mods to wheels with different chemicals or some shit.
Someone out there probably is like on this grind. For all we know,
they're just the wheel alchemists.
Yeah,
changing wheels with chemicals in the garage.
Yeah, like don't touch that bucket over there.
I should probably talk to Zach about this.
Yeah, this is good stuff. That just like came across my mind.
Yeah,
a few weeks ago.
I distinctly remember being like if you came across an old set of Otangs that nobody wanted, especially like Stimulus, and they were covered in tar. It was like, ooh.
You're like, why would anyone want these? And you're like, I do.
Nobody wants those. Let me have those.
Yeah, those suck.
Yeah, those suck, dude. Give me those.
Let me just get those off you.
But
cool. That's
yeah, man.
Wow, great piece of history there.
Yeah.
I was gonna rewind back to kind of your racing.
Yep.
Upbringing. You had
my short stint.
Yeah, I mean. You were fucking killing it. You had a pretty iconic set of NJK leathers.
Oh yeah, the swamp suit.
Yeah, the swamp suit, which I was told, years later that it actually wasn't originally your suit.
No,
is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. So the lineage of this suit goes, like my buddy Pete got them from off Craigslist or something, and we were all like, wow, that's insane. They say swamp on the back and they're brown and green. Whoa. And I had just acquired the NJK pre-fit or whatever you call them, the pre-fit suits. They don't measure you, they're just like stock sizes.
Yeah.
And it turned out that his was way too tight on him, and mine was too baggy on me. And so we're like, hey, let's trade. And so we ended up trading. And yeah, I've rocked those leathers literally since day one. It's like, it just says swamp on the back and they're brown and green. And it's funny. And yeah, it's good stuff, dude. But yeah, going further back than Pete though.
Yeah.
I come to find out.
Back.
Yeah, I come to find out that there's, and like I'm probably gonna butcher this story because I like remember Chubbs told me about it like years ago at this point. But some dude, I think from Texas, I forgot his name, but he was the original owner of those leathers, and the reason it says swamp is because his nickname was Swamp Cock. And like it has, I don't know, like again, like secondhand story from years ago, but it was like something along the lines of like he like fell into some grody ass pool that was like at night where it like looked like there was grime on the top, and he thought there was like dirt or something, and he like ended up swimming in a grimy pool, and everyone was like, you like Swamp Cock. He's got Swamp Cock or something. So that became his nickname, and then he got those leathers, and now they're mine for the last fucking 11 years. Jesus.
Well, I mean, the Shrek colors are so perfect, and like, it really embodies like the Mids vibe, and also like
it kind of worked out.
Like Swamp Cock, if you're out there, and
chime in.
Yeah, chime in if you can confirm or deny.
Yeah, I need the full story. I need the like details of this.
Yeah, because man,
yeah, man, I'm never getting
a little traumatic. I don't want to fall in a.
Yeah.
What happened?
Swamp
I need to know more.
It's a crazy nickname to have for sure. But yeah, no, I mean, it really worked out though. It's like, I mean, I love that seat. I still like, I think that's the only one for me. I think I'm just going to rock with that until the wheels fall off.
Yeah. I mean, at this point too,
know?
It's like,
yeah, I'm not racing too much or anything.
If you switch it up too, no one's going to know who you are.
Exactly.
Going to be like, who's this
Who's
dude?
this fucking guy? Yeah, no, I gotta keep that, or at least keep the colors, but then it's not the same.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it'd be pretty funny if you got Swamp on the back again. You just keep
I mean,
going.
if I was to get new ones, I would have to get Swamp. Yeah, there's no question about it. It's just permanent.
Well, we really haven't touched too much on Massachusetts as far as skating downhill.
Yep.
There, you went to high school with Ben and a few folks.
Yep.
What roads were y'all kind of like? What are the iconic spots that you were kind of sharpening the teeth on?
So, I mean, the one that like I feel like most people are going to be familiar with is Fairlane, which is Fairlane Way. I should know this, but it's downtown in Holliston. It's just like this road that tees with the main road.
Okay.
And it's pretty damn steep, and it's like that first video I had, well, not the first video, but like one video I had where I was on these wheels.
Yes.
It was filmed there. I feel like that's where most people kind of know of that road from, but that was like the stomping grounds for years and years and years and years. We were like, weekends were there every day. After school, we're there, like just drilling stand-up slides, doing this and that. Like that was I've skated on that spot more than any other, hands down, like historically.
I mean, it's just like so East Coast core, like it's just steep into an intersection with like busy traffic.
Kind of two curves on it, kind of, and that's about it.
I mean, you were going fucking huge. That's when I first heard of you. I was like, who is this guy?
Who's this
doing
guy?
Gigantic toe sides?
I mean, that was kind of my first kind of media big break, if you will.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Because that video, the original post had quite a few views. It
had a lot. It had something so the whole story with that video too is like, like I had these wheels. I think I had these wheels like slightly before they actually like formally came out, because like this local skate shop, Eastern Border, the manager of the local one, I think his name was Tabor, he somehow got into contact with him, like our group, because he was just like, I think trying to like connect more with like dudes who skated downhill. And like we showed him some videos and stuff, and I think he was just kind of stoked on us and was like, he'd occasionally like give us sets of wheels and stuff. And yeah, he gave me a set of those. I think they were like pre-pro these wheels, or it was like right when they came out or something. And I was like, hell yeah, like fuck yeah, let's check this out. And that was like, that video was like my first kind of like day riding them, basically.
Jesus.
Or like it was right after I got them. I was like stoked on them, and so like yeah, filmed that video with Tom Larry, and yeah, it was like crazy because we filmed that video just like, you know, having fun, just like hell yeah. And then I remember in high school like waking up the next day after we posted it, and it was like, yeah, it was like fucking like 30,000 people or some shit had seen it.
You're like, holy
and
shit.
And like in high school, I'm like, what the? This is fucking crazy.
I'm famous.
And yeah, I was like, whoa. And yeah, and it was like, you know, like I remember like Skate Slate was like reposting it in like all these places I was familiar with through longboarding, and I was like, damn, whoa. And yeah, it was kind of like, I feel like was my first foray into the Lombo mainstream, I guess, if you will.
So this is Western Mass? Is this,
No.
This isn't Western Mass?
This is in Middlesex County, Massachusetts, so it's like Eastern Mass.
Gotcha.
But the real like roads in Massachusetts are Western Mass, for sure.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
There's a road I've seen you, I mean, you're like tucking at like really fast, and I think it's to like some like death metal song. I
think Matt K put that on Skatehouse.
That sounds about right. I'll have to check my sources, but you do like a huge squatter at the bottom.
Yeah,
and it's into an intersection.
Matt K made that a Skatehouse video at one point. That was that's a road called Ed Clark in Western Mass. I'm just gonna blow all our spots because
is that the name of the road, Ed Clark?
No, but
Go check it out.
It's just like in Western Mass. This is the thing with Western Mass skating, is that like for a period of time from like 2013 to 2016 ish, 2017, like every session was just like, you show up, you just go extremely fast in basically a straight line on like a bunch of different hills. And that's like what skating was. It was just like nothing crazy technical, nothing fancy. It's true like speed boarding. Like it was kind of like like when actually for one of the Burks in 2017, that Byron came through to skate our roads before the event or after the event, and he was just like, I remember him being like, dude, this is true speed boarding. Like I haven't gone this fast on this many hills in a row like ever. And I was like, yeah, this is really true. And
it's like damn, really?
Well, it's like, no, I'm like that. You know what? That's a good point. So now I just like, if anyone asks about like what Massachusetts, Western Mass skating is, I just refer to it as like, it is kind of just like speed boarding. Like it's just every hill's like your first hill's like, okay, let's go. And it's just like over 50 miles an hour. It's just, that's just what you do all day.
That's so sick.
Yeah. There was a period of time where I was really desensitized to like going like over 50, 60 miles an hour just because like every session
that's
was
all
like
you
that.
have
all
to
day.
work with.
Yeah, and like straight. So it was just like, or not like literally straight, but like damn near, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, to circle back, that Ed Clark roads, that's one of the faster ones. And yeah, it's fucking, that's a good one. Just haul ass.
What's the, oh God, I can't remember the road. There was an event on it.
Not on that one. Or Whitcomb. You're thinking of Whitcomb.
Yeah, Whitcomb.
Yeah. Whitcomb.
Where is that road pretty close to Ed Clark? Or no?
That's pretty close.
Pretty close.
They're all basically like all the roads. I don't even.
I gotta go to Western Mass.
Spots. You do.
I haven't been.
You should. It's a pretty place in general, but like, yeah, the skating is fun, and like, you know, skating with the small Mass community. You know, my boy Tristan, Jeff Molingowski, all the New York folk, everybody. There's a good group of people that shows up for Western Mass sessions. It's just like very tight knit and cool. But
yeah, the Hill Crew.
Hilltown Crew.
The Hilltown Crew?
Yes.
THC?
The Hilltown Crew.
Shout out.
Shout out the Hilltown Crew. Basically shouting out myself.
Yeah.
But no, that's mostly Jeff Molingowski's doing. He's like the dad of the scene. He's the best guy.
Grandpa.
Ever. Yeah, he's the best. Hands down. Shout out to Jeff Molingowski.
Yeah.
Best man in the world.
Yeah. He's the man. He's also a big supporter of 35 too.
See?
Yeah, I love that man.
What did I say?
So yeah.
Best man in the world. But Where were we? Yeah, but Whitcomb though, that's another super fast one. I think at the event that Jeff organized, it was like I think the top speed was like over 70 miles an hour or something by the bottom, like suited up. So yeah, it's pretty quick. Yeah.
It has like a fast left slide, right?
It has a left hairpin. It's like a right kink left hairpin. Again, like not super technical at all, just really fast. Jesus. And good. It used to have good pavement, but yeah, man.
That happened in 2019?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that happened in 2019. And that hill's like a legacy, just speaking of that specific hill, like Whitcomb is like, that's like a legacy road, like for Western Mass skating. Like that's been, like that was a thing, like when I first started skating downhill in Western Mass and stuff, like people talked about, like dudes like Jeremy Ross, and again, like Kai Salam, and, you know, dudes who've been skating longer, they knew about Whitcomb, and like it's just like it's like a very roots ass spot for Western Mass skating. It used to be really gnarly too. Like the pavement was like fucking, like it's really nice like for the event and shit because they had repaved it, but it used to be like the ultra gnar horrible pavement, really also really fast hill. And so like it's been through like a bunch of changes and just like a bunch of phases, and yeah, that's a fucking legacy ass road, dude.
All right, we're going to take a quick moment to go through some 35 Allgrip updates. First one being, still have some 35 beanies available. If you're interested in buying one, you can check out the web store. There is a link in the Instagram bio, so check it out if you're interested. Also, if you're not trying to spend any money and you're trying to support 35, the best thing you can do is subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on, and share an episode with a friend. It goes a long way. We don't do any kind of advertising or anything, so the word of mouth really helps spread the show. All right, that's all I got. Back to the episode with Norm and Plant. All right, Norm, so I got some Instagram questions I posted on the Insta for people to kind of ask Norm anything. So I'm just going to rifle through these.
Okay.
So at Get That Skate wants to know, when is Norm going to touch down in Australia?
Man. I mean, at this point in my life, like it's more likely to happen than ever before. So that's all I can say is, I mean, I want to say optimistically 2024. Because I do really want to go to Australia and hang with y'all pretty bad. So,
You hear that, Jack?
Yeah, I'm coming for you.
Norm's coming.
Believe me, I swear.
I got another one here. Devins_chamber asks, do you, Sperm and Splunt, feel bad about selling moshes to the kids?
No. Short answer, no. That's if for people not in the know, there was like this whole like we made some funny videos with the sucrose thing. It's like, and like one I think trope that we had was like I was gonna be like a wheel dealer to the kids or something. This is all Max Myers' brain, by the way. Okay. But yeah, so I don't feel bad though. I feel good.
No regrets.
No regrets.
I got another one from Covert_Kook. Back at Western Mass Stretch House, what did Norm used to take baths in? And then in parentheses, it was trash.
Well, in trash. I remember taking baths with like the door open a decent amount. I distinctly remember that. And then, oh man, the Western Mass Stretch House. There's a lot of lore there, but yeah. I mean, good times. I mean, is he referring to like just jumping into the trash can? Maybe.
I have no clue.
I don't know. I think that's probably what Tristan's talking about. But yeah, there was a lot of trash bathing there. Good times.
Good to know.
We're just scratching the surface on that one.
All right, Samurai McKeon wants to know, what's the scariest single slide you've thrown?
Oh my God, that's a tough one. Wow.
Might be a memory you blocked out, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might not be something that I remember.
That's
I think the adrenaline just erases it from your brain, maybe. But if I had to guess, I mean, maybe it's not. This is literally the hardest question ever. Damn. I mean, the one that stands out for me is back at Whitcomb that we were talking about before it was repaved, when the pavement was really bad. I remember just like, this is back when I feel like everybody has a period where they are kind of like new to downhill skating and they're like, their brain doesn't work too good. And you just kind of like do stuff that is like, looking back on it, you're like, wow, that was dumb of me to think I could try to do that, or just dumb of me to attempt that at all. Mm-hmm. Like I remember in like it's probably 2012 or 2013 on Whitcomb, I was like full speed, did like a toe set 180, like on the terrible ass pavement. That's the only thing I can think of. But I mean, again, as you said, I'm sure there's a lot more. I'm sure actually that is at least top 5.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like some like,
yeah, it's hard to like
trauma.
Yeah, it's hard to like also like talk about that with like if you've never skated the road, because it's just like, okay, cool, dude.
I mean, we'll take
like,
your word for it.
Yeah, it's like you take my word for it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, we'll keep moving through these. Got a few more to go. I got Filming Kurt wants to know, why does Mids get so wild at the campsite? What's the source?
That's an arcane question. What's the source? I don't know, dude. I mean, people just be going crazy at the campsite. It's hard to say. What's the source? That's like a deep question.
Yeah.
Where does anyone's turning up come from? I don't know. Deep within. Deep within is the answer.
Yes.
That's where the Mids deep within. That's my answer.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, that'll work.
At Dissonant Skate wanted to ask, tell us the truth about Jeremy Ross and why he's low-key the East Coast GOAT.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay. So I could go on about this forever. But so Jeremy, a.k.a. Jeremy Ross, is like, you know, he's been skating East Coast for a long time. He was like an OG clutch guy back when Max Dubler and Will Miranda, all those like old school like clutch guys were like on the team. I don't know if you're familiar at all with like clutch skateboards lore and stuff.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen their boards for sure. What is one of their boards? The Lamb Chop? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and so I don't know too much about it, but I guess he was like J-Raw was involved with the making of that board, and that was like one of the, as I remember too, at the time it was like a pretty like pivotal moment, because like boards with a little bit of drop like that were not very common, and like that was like a mass produced wood like barely dropped board, which was like pretty, you know, radical at the time. Like maybe there's the Kill Switch and a few other boards, but like I feel like that one was like a prominent contender in the mini drop deck world, like moving towards what we see now with top mounts and everything. It's a step in that direction. But anyways, yeah, J-Raw had to do with that. He was like one of the first guys to do, in my mind, the like 360 slide shove it. There's an old ass video that is somewhere on the internet but I can actually send it to you after this. I'll find it.
I think you posted it on Facebook.
I did post it on Facebook recently because I was like, fuck, this is so good. But yeah, he's like, from what I understand, one of the few guys like way back in the day, like, you know, 12, 13 years ago, who could do the 360 slide shove it and shit. Like, from what I understand, it was like basically like Louis Poloni, him, I don't know, maybe some other people. I mean, surely some other people, but like, I mean, he was like fucking up there, like big freeride inspiration for not only me, but like a bunch, you know, Ben the Snyder, I can speak on the behalf of most people who skate downhill on the East Coast. Like if you knew about J-Raw, you were like, okay, that is the truth. And yeah, I was stoked to be this guy's friend. Shouts out to J-Raw, dude.
Yeah.
Shouts out to J-Raw. Real one.
Shout out. Thanks for the question, Anthony.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
All right, we got one from @TruePiff. Hey Norm, can you tell me about Maze?
He's probably referring to the fact that big Tim and Eric fan here. But there's that. Are you familiar with Tim and Eric at all?
Yeah.
You know, like Grum, the skit with Grum. This is gonna be so stupid on camera.
Dude, I haven't seen it in a while, but yes, I've seen the show. I don't know if I'm.
Yeah, he's just referring to fucking dumb inside Tim and Eric joke about Maze. Look up Grum and the Pilgrims, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. But
yeah. Gonna have a sick.
It's like I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, it's like there's just so many questions. I'm just like, well,
these are all from Instagram.
Funny joke.
Like, all right, we'll keep it moving. Grip Left wants to know, what was it like having Byron come to Mass?
Okay, it was sick. Yeah, it was just like cool to like. Well, first of all, like we don't usually like give out of town. Like we don't usually get like too many like, out of towners like that coming to Mass who are like, hell yeah, let's go out to the hills. So like that in and of itself was cool. And then obviously it being Byron, like, he's one of the best fucking dudes to do it. That was sick. Just having him like fucking tear it up. But yeah, it was really cool. Like seeing like not only just skating with him, but like getting the perspective of somebody who's, grew up skating in California and stuff on like our kind of weird niche Massachusetts roads that like
go stupid fast
and they're kind of awkward and like weird and they have just weird idiosyncrasies in them. It was cool to be like, see what he thought about it. And as I said, like I'm fairly sure he was like, dude, yeah, it's like speedboarding. And I'm like, yeah, it is. That's pretty exactly what it is, really. It's just like very pure, like no frills, like you're speedboarding. It's just going fast. It's like kind of really getting down to the source.
Yes.
Talking about the sources earlier.
Which is within.
But yeah, no. I mean, it was really sick having him come around and see the hills and get like his perspective and, obviously skate with the dude because he rips.
Hell yeah. I got a couple more here. We're getting through them. I'm pretty sure I forgot to write this down, but I'm pretty sure Joel Dirt wanted to know West Coast or East Coast.
Ooh. Well, I mean, I have to say East Coast, but
yeah, you're contractually obligated.
Yeah. I mean, I have to, but I mean, I had a lot of good times on the West Coast and shit. Like again, with like being out in school and like going to Skatehouse on the weekends whenever I possibly could. I mean, those are like some of the best years of my life. But some of the best memories I have are like out in Malibu with people either staying at Skatehouse or Skatehouse dudes or whatever. So like, I mean, both are very, like I've had experiences East Coast and West Coast that have been very positive overall. But at the end of the day, East Coast. East Coast for life.
All right, got one more. Pats_risers. Why'd your Western Mass sessions part go so hard? And then in parentheses, this video got me into downhill.
Oh, wow. Well, first of all, fuck yeah. That is super cool to hear. And why? I mean, that was also at a time, if I'm not mistaken, Western Mass Sessions, what year was that? There were a few videos, weren't there?
I think there was like sessions.
There was like 1 and 2. But yeah, man, that was kind of at the tail end, I want to say, of like the peak of Western Mass skating, really, where people were still like really going hard and like trying to get out there all the time. And like, all the core hills were still unfucked pavement wise and stuff. Like it was just kind of like a time where everybody was really going hard. So I guess that's why it's just like everybody was kind of like getting after it at that point, myself included for sure. And yeah, it's a good time, man. Good memories.
Yeah. Well, thanks for we just kind of rifled through those. Appreciate everyone that contributed on the Instagram. If yours wasn't on there, some of y'all kind of had like the same roundabout question, so I just kind of pick and choose one. So appreciate the participation.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we haven't got into like Southern California Skatehousemedia, Malibu stuff. Let's start touching on that. So I mean, you were going to college out there, and I mean, you were going to Malibu pretty much whenever you could,
as often as I possibly could. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it. Just like I was just obsessed with downhill skating, and like I didn't have much going on at school. Wasn't there for the academics, obviously. And so it was just like, whenever I possibly could, I was just fiending to get on a board and go skate, and ideally skate tuna. So like, I was just fiending to get out there whenever possible. I consider honestly I skated hills in Western Mass before I went out there, like, big kind of mountain roads and stuff. But like, I consider to have learned how to properly skate downhill in Malibu. I think that's really where I credit like actually becoming like proficient at like mountain road skating was definitely like out there, and definitely on tuna really for the most part.
Oh yeah, I mean tuna's been referenced a lot on this podcast, but there's a reason why everyone's so fucking good. Well, it's skated in that area.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like, well, not only are there's obviously other roads in Malibu to skate, but like tuna, to me, it's like, it has like almost infinite replayability in the sense that like you really, even if you get really good at skating tuna and you can like, skate it casually, really fast, hands down, it's never 100% chill. There's always some shit where you have to you can't just completely check out. Like there's always a little something keeping you on your toes at all times. Like it's never like 100% chill. There's always something, which is like, I almost think of it. To me, it's like the pool coping of downhill roads. That's how I describe it.
Wow.
It's like,
that's sick.
Tuna's kind of the pool coping of downhill roads.
That's so sick.
It's just like a little bit harder, and it's satisfying, but it's difficult.
Well, the thing about that road too is like, it like ramps, like as you're going down, like it's like the stakes are getting slowly higher and higher.
Right. Well, it like gets to like a climax at the like last right hairpin, and then you're like, oh, Malibu Mile. It's like a little less insane now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super. I mean, classic road, man. Who were you skating? Who were you hitting tuna with in that era?
I mean, in that era, there was like a million people skating tuna all the time. Like it was pretty much if you showed up. If you showed up like any time after 5 o'clock, even like a weekday, if I was there or whatever, like there'd be a crew, like you'd run into somebody or some group of people. So like, I mean, like Dusty, I mean, one of my first sessions in Malibu was kind of like Sherpa'd by Dane Weber, who shouts out Dane Weber for,
big shout out.
Yeah. Big shout out Dane Weber for, like making sure I didn't die that first day because, long story short, he gave me these fresh, how do I say this? I'll just do this story. So like there's this road in Malibu that has like a few grip turns, and it's like full of grip hairpins and stuff, which I had never done before.
What road?
I mean, Payuma, whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
But, but yeah, like, so like people were skating that, and I had never really skated like a road with like grip hairpins or whatever on it ever. And so like, I didn't even know you like slid fresh wheels. I didn't even know like that was a thing. I thought you just like rode fresh wheels when you were trying to break them in. But then I remember him being like, oh, you should put like fresh wheels on for this down, or rather I remember you would ride fresh wheels just like if you knew you weren't going to slide. Because it's like, oh, how could you slide fresh wheels? That's not a thing you do.
No, I remember like having that mindset at one point. You're like, these don't slide.
Yeah, it's like you'll put the fresh wheels on if I know I'm not going to slide because like I can't. But yeah, so like he gave me these aluminum core 4 Pres. He really hooked me up, and those wheels are super duper grippy new. And I remember him being like, "Oh, it's super chill. Just like drop in, you'll be good." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I drop in. And first of all, slurry seal is like horrifying. I'm like, oh my God, this is so rumbly. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I get to the fucking turns, and I don't remember being warned adequately about them. Because I remember just like coming around a bend, and I'm like, oh wow, there's like a fucking full-on hairpin. I don't know how to slide these wheels. I can't foot brake very good. I'm just going to have to like sand it and just like try to make it work. And I did. I didn't die. But I just remember like I think about it. I was like, if I was on any other wheels, good chance I would have just slid out and hit a guardrail. And like, who knows?
Oh my God.
What the fuck my life would have been if I got spooked that early or something. But
jeez, how are aluminum core wheels? How do those feel? What's up with that?
Really grippy. I mean, I remember. Yeah, aluminum core 4Pros are very grippy. At least new. They're like very grippy, and especially at the time, it was like, whoa, okay, I'm good. Like, you know, don't got to worry about sliding out. Which is like, thank God I had those, because yeah, I barely knew what I was doing on that shit. I was handling it, but yeah. Anyways, what were we talking about before? Yeah, Malibu skating.
Yeah, Malibu.
But yeah, that was like, yeah, I've most of my introductions to like open road, kind of big road skating has all been in Malibu, all been in Southern California for the most part.
I mean, it's
like
it's legendary for a reason. That every road in that area just seems to be like just pretty high consequence for the most part.
Yeah, Malibu skating is there's a lot of cars, there's a lot of guardrails, just considerable amount of bad pavement, this, that, and the next.
Yeah, it's it's the training ground now, and it definitely certainly shaped you into the skater you are today.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely. No, I mean it's if you can, it's a good place to. Well, it's a good place to learn in the sense that, like, you know, once you get it down there, you get a lot of fundamentals good. Like, I mean, I know it was also very big, kind of like a cultural aspect of skating in Malibu was like, if you, like, breaking lane was like highly shunned. Like, if you're skating like with, like, I'd skate with plenty of people from the skate house garages. By the way, just to circle back with like people I would skate with in Malibu, like, you know, I'd sometimes see like Pat Shep out there. I mean, I'd skate with Coop all the time. Me and Coop were like, I skated with Coop in Malibu probably more than anyone else. Shit, wait, what was I saying before that? It was the
you said skate house garage? What'd you say?
No, before that.
Wait, you're talking. You said you were skating with Pat Shep.
Fuck.
We're moving so fast.
There's so much to cover. I don't know. Anyways.
You were.
My brain is this big.
We're
dude.
just gonna.
This is the problem. My brain is this big.
No, mine too.
So.
I mean, we were talking Malibu about
the rest
who you were skating with. You were saying you're.
Oh yeah, that's originally what your question was. I guess just Coop a lot. Ian McSherry, Sam Hay, anyone who happened to be in the Skatehouse garage, whatever weekend I showed up. That's how I met a lot of people too. Is just people would just be like visiting at Skatehouse, and then because I would show up all the time, I would, you know, meet these people who just were coming through. Pretty sure that's how I met like Oscar, dudes like Oscar Gutierrez, folk like that. A lot of people from abroad.
Now, when you say garage, are you saying like, are people living in the garage?
So like,
or what do you mean by garage here?
So the Skatehouse, the Inglewood Skatehouse situation was like, they were like the permanent housemates, which were like, you know, like Max Dubler, Pat Shep, James, Louie, people who lived there full time. And then there was the separate garage area in the back where it's kind of like if people came in for like a race or like whatever, you could sleep in the garage.
Okay.
And there was just kind of like this separate sort of ecosystem of just like dudes who would like talk to somebody and they'd be like, yeah, pull up. And they'd just like put their sleeping bag on the ground or sleep on the couch or like whatever.
This is a little before my time. Sorry to cut you off. Is this like first generation skate house?
No. Well, from what I understand, there's the original skate house was an apartment.
Okay.
And then they moved into that Inglewood house.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. And then that was like so I guess that was the first true skate house in that sense.
Gotcha.
But
okay. I just wanted to touch on that because I know there's iterations of.
Yeah.
Excuse me. that I've gone through. But did you just pull up and like, did you just stay in the garage? What was your?
Yeah, or like slept on a couch in the living room or some shit like that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was super cool, man. It's like looking back, it was, I really met a lot of people just through that, just like by osmosis, just like pull up like, oh, who's going to be there this weekend? Oh, it's like, X, Y, and Z, like people that I now know. But I initially just met because they were just swinging through because they wanted to get a little taste of that tuna Malibu experience. You know what I mean?
I mean, you were definitely putting yourself into like, I mean, for me, like viewing it at that point, like that was like the epitome of downhill skateboarding. Was like
it was
Malibu. That was where, and you're like right in it.
I know. It's like I've talked with people about this before about how like I feel really lucky to have like got out there when I did because I managed to like catch some of that wave of like Skatehouse being at its peak and like racing, big races happening all the time and like just a lot of stuff going on, especially like centered around like SoCal, Malibu. So it was cool to like, just be in the mix for all that, definitely really cool. A lot of good memories. Also, I just remembered this quick story about Malibu. One of my, this was literally before even that story I told about me not dying on that road, gripping a hairpin. Mm-hmm. Even before that, when we've like literally like I was coming to check out the school I eventually would go to, and we were staying in LA, and I was just like, okay, you got like I was talking to my parents. I was like, you guys just gotta drop me off at Tuna. Like I gotta check it out. And so like I just looked it up. I was like, oh, that's Tuna Canyon, and they dropped me off at the bottom, and I was just like, you can just leave me here for a bit. I'll just like, check it out. I don't know. I didn't know. The only people I knew were like Dane and Amanda and folk at the time. And yeah, so I just like started hiking up the road, and I was just like, like walking up the Malibu Mile, walked up the covered straight, and I was just like, did 180s down the covered straight, went down to the bottom. I was like, okay, just getting the taste, because I'm like, wow, this is Tuna. I'm here. And I do that. I get spit out at the bottom. And then like a minute or two later, straight up, like a skater comes down riding a Sector 9 board, and he's being followed by another car. And I was like, oh, damn, what? And it was like some, Grom looking kid with like a Sector board and stuff. And the car stops and Louis gets out. And it was, and so like, it was I don't know if you've seen the Chance Gall Tuna Raw Run.
Oh yeah, I'll put this I'll link this up.
So if you watch that Chance Gall Tuna Raw Run, I was at the bottom of the run when that was being filmed, just like as like I didn't know shit.
Just by
chance. I was just by chance, just like first time skating anything in SoCal like that, and I just like putting tuna alone, and like what do I like the first people I run into is. I didn't even know who Chance Gall was at the time, and then Louis Poloni, and I was just like, like what?
Mind fucking.
Yeah, mind blown. And I watched the raw run like on their camera. I just remember like Louis got out. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "You want to see this run?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And I watched the Chance Gall run like on the camera, just like there.
That's so sick.
Yeah,
you're like, I have arrived.
It was just like it was crazy. I was just like the first experience I have skating in Malibu was just like boom, Louis Poloni. It's like wow, okay, I made the right decision coming out here. That's crazy.
Great decision.
Yeah. So yeah, that was wild. I just whenever I see that raw run now, I just think about me just like I was just standing at the bottom.
Young Norm
just standing at the bottom, just like
in.
No idea what the fuck is going on. But yeah, dude.
That's a sick tuna story.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
That's so cool.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, we could keep riffing Malibu, or we could switch gears a little bit, and because I know you came down to North Carolina, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What time period from going out to Malibu did you end up coming down here for the first time? that kind of same era? Or?
So same era. So like the first time I went to North Carolina for skateboarding, well, at all, but for skating was 2013. And that was also so I think it was like I went to school in California basically for 1 year, and then I don't know. But yeah, it was like 2013, regardless. And I know that because I made my Instagram for the van trip down there. I was just like, oh, I'm going to go on the skate trip. I'm going to make an Instagram. We're going to take pictures and stuff.
Is this in the Midsvan?
Yes, this is in the Midsvan.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Which we haven't even talked about yet.
Yeah,
Damn.
I was like, we're going to have to segue into Midsvan.
Midsvan at some point. But yeah, this is the first Midsvan, like big Midsvan trip I can remember that wasn't like Western Mass or whatever. And dude, yeah, we went down, and I just remember Kai, I think, or had a connection to Matt Deach and Jack Trainer and all them, and Kyle K. And yeah, we came down, stayed with Matt, and we just fucking had our minds blown the whole time with just the quality of the roads and stuff. And like, you know, skating Paradise for the first time, it's like, wow, this is like nothing like that. Like I never experienced anything like that up until that point. So it was just like a complete like game changer. Like, wow.
That first impression when you pull up, you're like, is this real?
Yeah, it's literally just like, I can't believe this is like a thing that like exists. And like, and at the time it wasn't like super, like North Carolina was just starting to kind of like get on people's radar in terms of like downhill skating. Like there were people who were like in the know, like, but it wasn't like it is now where like if you downhill skate, you know about North Carolina.
Oh, big time. Yeah, at this point.
Yeah, but like, yeah, it was just like pretty like illuminating to like come down and be like, this is so next level. And like, just, yeah, ever since then, it was kind of like always, you know, like, yeah, okay, this is the place I want to go. Like if I really want to skate some crazy shit.
What did y'all hit? Like what loop?
What loop?
I guess what roads were you hitting? Or were you just like mainlining Paradise mostly?
I mean, it was a lot of mainlining Paradise. It was just like Paradise at the time, you could just post up all day. Like you could, it wasn't hot, or there was no like kind of working around, you know, somebody telling on you or whatever. Like you could just go there, post up all day. No one bothered you. You could do that like 7 days in a row. Didn't matter.
It's hard to drag yourself away from it when you're like,
well, yeah.
Here.
Well, yeah, it was funny because we had that one trip. So like on that trip, that first trip, I remember it was probably mostly like, if I remember, like, yeah, Paradise a lot. We skated, well, we called it Rum Run, but it's now everyone says 151, which is sick. This was before it had the pavement that it has now, so it was a little bit of a different experience. It was a little gnarlier. Like what else? That Turkey was crazy.
Oh yeah,
Turkey was a crazy one. It was like just like that many hairpins in a row. It was like just like completely mind-boggling to me. I was like, I can't believe this is, again, like this is a road somebody made. I can't believe it. But yeah, we those were like 2 or 3 of like the top roads, I feel like, that we really skated back then.
What more do you need?
Exactly. It was kind of like, well, and we would skate like Lil Swiss, which no one skates anymore. What else? Probably a few others, but like those were the staples, you know. Like Turkey was like huge, bigger than it is now. Back then, like it was like oh yeah, we gotta go Turkey. Yeah.
What state was the Midsvan in at this point? Were there bullet holes in it yet?
Yeah, the bullet holes were in it early. I think I don't know exactly how they got in there, but that was like Mac and Pete did something at some point and shot holes in it. But yeah, no, this was back in the Midsvan's prime. This was back when the Midsvan
this is the prime. Okay.
Could drive to North Carolina and back with relatively few issues as far as I remember. But I mean, it was kind of like, I mean, it was Pete's van at the end of the day, Pete Laugh. So it was kind of like we didn't really see the the bad side of the van like he did, where it would like shit would happen to it all the time, and like we weren't really the ones having to fix it, but we just got to see it when it worked for the most part, which was pretty fortunate. Thanks, Pete. But
yeah, shout out Pete. Legendary van.
Legendary van, legendary man.
There's a video, I'm pretty sure it's on Mids. I don't know if it's called Van Man or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like Pete talking about getting his van. He's like laying in bed.
Oh, I vaguely remember that. Yeah, that's an old one. That was, I think they were in California at that point with the van. That
thing
van
drove out to California?
Yeah, the Midsvan went to the West Coast.
Jesus.
The Midsvan had been around, yeah. For real. Wow. It had been around. That van saw some stuff. For sure.
Yeah, if you ever got to experience just being inside that thing, like let us know your favorite Midsvan experience.
True.
You know, if you just want to like drop a comment or something.
We should have done a live.
Oh man.
Damn. Yeah, call in post. I don't know. Get a time machine.
That would be sick. Maybe I can somehow. I don't know. I'll try and figure this out after the interview.
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I missed the van. That was like some of the best memories ever being in that van. For real. It was like a huge hashtag. I mean, for those who don't know, it was like there was a huge duct tape hashtag YOLO on the side of it, which was in honor of a friend of ours who at a Barrett Junction got a giant hashtag YOLO on his forearm. Shout out trying.
Sick.
Stick and poke. So like we were like, yeah, we were like, okay, we got to put that on the van. And it kind of worked out great because it like added to the haggardness of the van. So I feel like, at least for me, I like took solace. Like if we were sleeping in the van in a weird spot, it's like, no one's going to fuck with this van. It looks too haggard.
They're more scared of us.
Yeah, exactly. We look scarier than the surroundings for the most part. So it's kind of like nice. But yeah, dude, I missed that van. Best times, dude.
Legendary. I mean, I remember being at Killington 2014, I'm pretty sure, and at the time there was an Action Board Shop van, and
right.
There was a van race down the hill. I don't know.
You were telling me about. I don't remember this at all.
I was in the action van, and the Mids van was in front of us, and I thought for sure I was going to see like maybe some serious injuries going on. Maybe
70
the event
down the fucking event hill.
Maybe the event is never going to happen after that. But yeah, you know who you are if you're in one of those vans. You'll never forget that moment.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I wasn't in the van for that one.
But yeah, Mids van won, so
of course it did.
I mean, yeah, you're not gonna beat that thing. Undefeated.
But hell yeah, dude, man.
Yeah.
Pete, buy another van.
Yeah,
Come on, dude, just one more, please.
Run it back.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, where was I gonna? I'm trying to think where. Oh, we haven't really talked too many video parts.
Okay.
Yet. I had got a just list of some hand-picked videos. There's a video on Mids called The Raw Run, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah.
At night.
Yeah.
Night run.
Yes.
Great vid. I'll post a link.
Yeah.
Who's running naked?
So, oh, man. So that was a skate trip we did with Alex Newton. He's like the Clutch guy. You know, he's been with Clutch Skateboards once again. Clutch Connection.
Clutch Connects. Hey.
For like a million years, but he had been living in San Diego, I think, at the time. And but he had never really like gone on a skate trip or anything with like us as a crew, like the Mids crew, kind of. And so he was like, he ended up coming with us on this Santa Barbara trip where we were just going to skate like ECC, which that road was. Among other things. And it turned into like an extremely piratey, like just like I felt like a way worse person afterwards. At the end of that trip, it was just like everyone was just like dirty and like swearing and like fucking haggard and like drunk most of the time and just like it was just like you felt like you were like slipping into full degeneracy.
I came out worse.
The whole fucking straight up. I was like worried. I was like, am I gonna be a bad person for the rest of my life? Like, of the habits I formed on this. But anyways, point is, we were like up in the mountains. This was like 2 a.m. and we were just like, oh, let's like film a night run. And I was just like, yeah, Norm, get in front of the camera. Well, we're gonna film with the van. And
wait, that's filmed with the
filmed
van?
with the van, yes.
The Midsvan?
The Midsvan, yeah.
No.
It's filmed with the van, yeah.
No.
It's filmed with the van. So like basically, long story short, it's Pete and Alex, and they were really high in that video. They were really high, and it was like 2 a.m. And I don't know, we just thought it would be funny because it was like the raw run, right? So they're raw, they're naked, running. So that was the idea. And yeah, they were really high, and they started off in front of the van, and then took off and filmed me. And my favorite part about that video is thinking about how after the van passed them and was filming me, they were just butt naked alone in like the middle of nowhere in the dark with like no phone, no anything. They're just butt naked high in the dark at like 2 a.m. in the middle of nowhere. Like if we just left, they would have just been like there. They just like butt naked. Yeah, it was just, yeah. Good times.
God.
But yeah, that trip was something else. There was a lot of piss jugs. A lot. The highest piss jug concentration, I think, ever. At least in my life.
How many jugs are we talking here?
Oh my God. So, like
double digits?
There was so many. We had like piss jugs up on the dash, and it was like a yellow glow inside of the van.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. But, or actually, wait, hold on. I'm trying to remember. Was it? It actually, sorry, it might have been a rental van on that trip. I can't remember.
But a van nonetheless.
Or no, you know what? It might have been two. Or was it 2 vans? I don't know. A van was involved. But yeah, that was a fucking hell of a trip.
Nothing like getting follow car filmed by a van.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, nothing to be worried about.
Nothing to be worried about. Yeah, I miss that road too. There's Santa Barbara used to have I feel like they used to have more cool roads than they have now, but I mean, I haven't really talked to the Loke dogs there in a while. Maybe they got some cool stuff popping up. But yeah, that road ECC was like a destination back in the day, I feel like. That was like my first road I skated out in Santa Barbara.
Hell yeah.
Remember I feel like there was some old Skatehouse videos there. Why do I feel like there was like one specific big video on that road?
I'm not super well rehearsed with
maybe not
Santa Barbara stuff. But I mean, in my book, that's probably the sickest. I mean, who else was at night with nudity?
It's only one.
They were running down the road for a while too.
They were.
Like, I was like, holy shit.
It was a long. Yeah, they committed to the.
They're probably pretty tired.
They committed to the bit for sure.
So good.
God bless them.
So good. I got super random. I just got a guest question. Maybe we'll just change it up here.
Yep.
From a Rob Green.
Okay.
Here goes.
Fuck, marry, kill. Pilk, Long John Silver's, or True Crime TV.
Whoa. Now that is a hard fucking question. I would have to say...
What's Pilk? Sorry to cut you. What?
So it's like if you... Pepsi and milk.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you tried it?
I mean, yeah. Well, so like recently, I forgot how this happened. It was like Pat Dort, my roommate, he had some Pepsi, and he just like ended up with some Pepsi or something from like a DoorDash order that went wrong or whatever. And we had some milk, and I was like, I've seen all these memes about Pilk, and I was like, I wonder how it is. And then I tried it, and then I was like, oh wait, this is actually good.
Really?
And then I thought about it more, and then I'm like, a root beer float is fine. So why are people hating on Pilk?
Okay, so you're gonna fuck, marry, or kill Pilk?
Yeah. So I'd say fuck Pilk.
Okay.
Oh no, this is like Rob really got me on this one. Fuck. because this is another like this is a recent development. Like I've been really like pushing Long John Silver's lately.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like you think about Long John Silver's and you're like that place doesn't really exist. You know?
Do you go there?
Now I do.
Really?
Kind of, yeah. Because I was just like recently, like me and my buddy Graham, like when I was visiting him out in California, we had this conversation where we were like, you know, people talk about Long John Silver's, but no one's ever gone. So we were like, we should go to prove that it's like real. And we went, and it's like as a joke. We were like, oh yeah, we'll go to Long John Silver's. It'll be bad. It'll be funny. And then it was like literally, like I was like, this is so good.
Really?
I was like, this is astonishing. Like we were sitting in silence.
This
in
is
his car.
astonishingly good.
We were like sitting in his car and just like eating in silence because we were like, it had no words. We were like, I was fully expecting this to be rancid, and it was really good. And now I'm like, and I told Rob, I was like, you gotta try Long John Silver's, and I got everybody to try it, and they agree it's good. So, anyways, rewinding. This is a really hard question.
Yeah.
It'll probably take up another 40 minutes of thinking. But no. But it's got to be Mary True Crime TV.
Okay. Is that what you're into?
Yeah.
Pretty hard?
True Crime TV is definitely great. I mean, I've seen like every episode of Forensic Files at least once. So marry that. Wow. This is hilariously the hardest.
I didn't think you would have this much trouble.
I have to answer this truthfully. It's got to be
coming from the heart.
Yeah, this is the hardest question today. It's gonna have to be. Gonna have to kill Long John.
Really?
Gonna have to kill Long John.
So
Pilk is actually really good.
You're taking Pilk over.
Pilk is Pilk. We'll see. Fuck Pilk because it's kind of like it's like a one night stand, it's a little treat.
Okay.
And you don't do that with Long John Silver's very much. So I'm unfortunately gonna have to kill Long John Silver's.
Wow. So, after talking up Long John Silver's, you're just gonna kill it.
I mean,
that's fucked.
Pilk. Listen, dude, you gotta try Pilk. We're gonna get a shot of you trying Pilk at the end of this. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, we'll get that in. Yeah.
We're gonna get some Pepsi. We're gonna get some milk, and your third eye is just gonna be like.
Let's go to Long John Silver's too.
Yeah, we can get some. We can get some Long John. We can do both.
We'll get some good content when this comes out.
Yeah, we can drink Long John Silver's. Drink Pilk, eat Long John Silver's.
Watch True
Get you the full
watch True Crime.
Get you the full experience.
Norm, you trying to hang
the
out?
Full me experience, dude. Yeah, but yeah, that's gonna be. It's gonna have to be. Fuck Pilk, kill Long John Silver's, marry True Crime TV. Thanks, Rob. This is the hardest question of my life.
Jesus, dude. That was insane.
I'm not playing. I got to answer truthfully.
Oh, wow. I don't even know where to go after this. That was...
Interview's over. Sorry, guys. That's the ender.
Oh, my God.
That would be a good ender.
I just got to collect my thoughts.
The triple bev is good right now.
Jeez. Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. You got to have at least 3 bevs when you're on 35. I only have 2 right now, so.
Can that be a new thing? You have to have 3 bevs.
3 bevs.
And it's like a shows their personality.
I mean,
like this doesn't really show it for me, really, but
no Pilk.
No Pilk. Yeah, this would be Pilk.
Actually,
if this was if it was like water Pilk, that would be pretty me.
2 cups of water.
2 cups of water, yeah, because I drink a lot of water.
Jesus.
Anyways.
Wow. For those of you listening, we're
yeah. For those of you still here, shouts out to you.
We're in the trenches right now. We're gonna crawl back maybe into a little bit of skateboarding. Maybe this is a good time. Let's talk setup. Let's nerd out a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. You got a couple boards over here?
I do.
Right?
Hold on. Maybe I can lean over and. Oh shit.
Norm's grabbing his
2 boards.
He's got 2 setups. What are we working with here?
2 setups. So this is like the new guy. It's just a Comet like little mini takeover with a small era case. Well, small. Some people small to me, guys. Era K6 and Powell wheels. Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's like the little tiny board thing.
Very nice. Venom bushings.
Oh yeah.
Double green in the back.
Yeah,
I see. You got what do you got in the front?
The
Purple.
only option. Purple, and then I think this one's 80A.
Purple board side.
Purple, and then I'm pretty sure it's 80A.
Is that orange?
Venom. Orange, yeah.
Orange. Okay.
Maybe it's. I think it's 80A.
Very
It's soft.
We got a split going on here.
Yeah, big split, like 25-ish, 50.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big split.
Yeah, which I've never really messed with a split before. This board, really. But it's fun. It's really, super stable. It's kind of like, it's like easy mode.
Yeah.
It's like, if I really don't want to try, I will take this out, and then it's kind of just like cruising, And then let me get the other.
I heard someone, it might have been like a comment on Longboard Family or something, but referring to that type of board is like the autopilot setup.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's so much easier to
love
ride
that
than
term.
it's so much easier than for example, this board, which
Is that the new Comet?
yeah,
Ethos?
just a new Ethos. I'm riding 50 eras right now, just 50/50 on this guy. K3.
Very cool. We got split colored hangers going on.
Yeah, same size and everything. They're just kind of
Okay, one black, one
swaggy colorway. But
natural, I guess.
red, purple Venom, same as it's always been, really.
Same as it ever was.
And Powell wheels.
Cool, man.
And nothing else.
That's the norm setup
basically
right there.
it. Yeah, it's like, 'cause this is kind of I've been saying it's kind of like my keeping it real setup.
You got to keep it real.
Yeah, it's like, this is kind of like, if I ride that other guy too much, I have to skate this some, because I'm like, okay, I can't get too lazy.
Which one are you marrying and which one you're killing, though?
I mean, I have to marry this one.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Because
Makes sense.
obvious reasons. But yeah, I mean, they're both good. It's been fun to skate that other little guy for sure. It's definitely a change from what I've always skated, which has been like, sim trucks and shit like that, even for racing or whatever. But yeah, it's cool, man.
It's good.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, you got.
It's very easy though.
You got to try it on for size.
Yeah, it's too easy though. Is the problem, I think.
Yeah,
it's like makes you lazy, I think. Maybe that's a contentious thing to say, but
oh no, I think it's like a kind of like a, maybe it's something you get into when you're older, maybe not. Perhaps. Though I don't know.
Call me old.
Whoa, no, I'm calling myself old. Actually,
no, I agree with you though, because it's kind of like you're like, I don't want to work so hard anymore.
Not working for this. Cool, man.
Yeah, back truck's just taken care of. Don't even have to think about it.
We also, I mentioned at the start of the interview, Norm shreds on guitar. You playing?
Thank you.
You played in 2 bands, correct?
Yep, right now.
You got Hate Lord,
and Progeny, 2 technical death metal band and kind of like I like to call old school deathcore kind of band.
Okay.
Death metal riffs, hardcore kind of attitude. But yeah, it's fun bands, both of them.
Are y'all ever gonna play down here anytime?
Hopefully. Yeah, I mean, especially with Hate Lord, we're hoping to do like some sort of like East Coast tour at some point. We have like an EP that's about to be released and whatnot, and I definitely am looking forward to playing out more with that band for sure. And I've even like mentioned to my like the other guys in the band, like, yo, we should like play like Static Age or something down here.
I was going to say Static Age has metal bands all the time.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be like perfect. So maybe one day we can factor that in. A little East Coast run or something.
I'll be there.
Hell yeah.
I think I had before we move on, I think I had, let's see. Oh yeah, I had a Patreon question from Cam Steger. Shout out to all the Patreon people out there for supporting. Shout out Heem. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Patreon, it's a subscription-based platform. You can ask guest questions. You're going to get some exclusive content that you won't see anywhere else. But most importantly, just a great way to support 35. So check it out if you're interested. Cam Cam wanted to know, what's your favorite Black Sabbath song? And can you play it on guitar? And then also, what's your favorite hill so far in North Carolina and Tennessee?
Ooh, favorite. So I'm probably gonna get crucified for this, but I'm not a huge Black Sabbath guy.
Oh my God, dude!
I'm more of a Randy Rhoads fan.
Yeah,
than I am
Ozzy era.
Yeah, like I'm a fan of his like guitar playing, but like, and nothing against like Black Sabbath. Like I like it. It's not usually what I gravitate towards.
Slow metal.
Like, well, I mean,
or stoner metal, maybe. Is
I
that
guess so. Well, I wouldn't call it stoner metal, but yeah, I don't know, like the classic kind of stuff like that. It's like it's cool, but it's not generally, it's not like what my meat and potatoes listening generally. So I'd have to really think about what my favorite would be. I'll let you know, Cam. I'll let Cam know in person.
Yeah,
I'll let you know. But favorite, what was the second part? Favorite place to skate in?
Favorite hill in North Carolina and favorite one in Tennessee so far.
Ooh.
Heavy hitting question.
Man. Yeah, these questions are always super hard because I feel like regardless of what I say, I'm gonna like 5 minutes are gonna go by and I'm gonna be like, no, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Actually, I was wrong. I mean, well,
there's one answer.
So
there's
actually,
one right answer. We'll see if you get it right.
Oh, is it? I feel like you're gonna have a joke answer.
No, it's real.
Okay.
No, that's real.
That's real.
That's the right answer.
Elk's okay. How about this? I'm gonna say Kong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that.
And honorable mention Elk.
Okay.
But yeah, Kong is like that was like I didn't realize what a treat that was when so like I've only skated it after what is it? NCDH, the first NCDH 2015. Madison Crum, like I had never met him in real life, and he like showed up when like to me and Coop and was just like, "Yo, I got a hill for you guys after this," and I was like, "Oh shit, okay." And so like after the event was over, we like linked up with him like, "Oh, let's go skate this hill," and he brought us to Kong, and we like got to the top and I was like, "Bro, what the fuck is this?" And it's like I I'd never skated with him, Madison, before or anything. He just had his Craigslist leathers and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just like, never met this dude. And then he drops in and he's just like ripping, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who is this guy? And
great Maddie era,
dude. Yeah,
right
I was
there.
just like, he was like going full speed and shit on Kong, and I was just like, I was like mind boggling to me. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And yeah, so definitely got to be Kong. That road is insane.
Great pick. Haven't really talked too much about Kong on 35, but that road is.
I wish I could have skated it more than one time.
Oh my gosh.
Or one day, I guess. One afternoon.
I haven't skated every single road, but I've got to hit Kong quite a bit, and it's.
Oh really? Quite a bit.
Yeah,
like you've had multiple sessions on Kong.
Oh yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
Not recently though. Not recently.
Yeah. But yeah, in the past.
And yeah, what about Tennessee? What do you got?
Tennessee. Well, actually, before we move on from Kong, I want to add one quick little story about that session too, because it was like, Madison approached me. I think Madison was just approaching like anyone who wasn't from the area that he knew could skate roads, big roads, and was like, check it out. And that session was me, as far as I remember, it was me, Madison, Coop, and Louis Poloni. So it was a pretty crazy session.
Okay,
and there's a video on Skatehouse of Coop skating Kong.
Yes,
we've seen that
with Louis with following.
Yes, Louis following him.
Louis the best GoPro.
Yeah, Louis the best filmer. I mean, Louis
filmer
the
all time.
Best period.
I mean, he's goated.
But he's also the best filmer. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, this video is burned into my brain.
Yeah, that video is. I'm like right behind Louis in that video. And also some inside lore on that video was during that video, if I'm not mistaken, like I think it was that run where his like the wheels Louis was skating were fucking like not even on. Like he got to the bottom and he's just like, oh, my wheels feel bad. Like he's got like one wheel's like flat spotted, like, and he like picks up his board and he's just like, oh, I felt weird. And they're just like clack, 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 clack on both trucks. Like he just like forgot.
They're just hand tightened.
Yeah, you just hand tightened.
Not the road you want to be doing.
Yeah, but he's just like, I mean, again, just Louis being goated. Just he's like, oh, I felt weird that run. I wonder why. It's just like because his wheels were like basically not on.
He's chasing Coop like a foot behind him.
Yeah, yeah.
Filming perfect, like mirroring him. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll link that too. I feel like I can find it somewhere.
It's well, I think the archives are like up now for all the Skatehouse videos.
The archives.
Like, so you'll be able to dig it up.
Yeah, I got some digging to do.
Yeah. Well, I think that it's rearranged now. It's not like that list that it used to be.
Yeah, the list was
like, I think it's like you can go to skatehousemedia.com now, and it's like, it's a better interface.
cool.
So yeah, dig it up.
Yeah, love that video. That's cool you were at that sesh. Yeah, and yeah, shout out Matty too. He's always looking out for
real. Shout out Madison.
He's
Crum.
like, I'm gonna bring you to some shit.
Yeah. Madison
It's funny
Crum.
because that road is so close to Mount Jefferson. It's like you drive
Yeah.
right by it.
Yeah. Well, I remember. Yeah,
Like,
we
don't look at
didn't
this
go
road.
far. Yeah. Right. Don't look. Yeah, I do remember we did not go far from after the event was over to this road. I was like, wow. But anyways, also, so Tennessee.
Yeah, what
It's
you
hard to
got?
speak on that because I've only skated in Tennessee once.
Okay.
But, man, what's my favorite? I think I've only really skated like 2 or 3 rows there, so it doesn't seem fair to say. But I mean, Groovy Smoothie was sick. Dumb name, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who named that, and I'm sorry if I'm torching somebody up, but
I don't like
guys,
saying it.
Guys, come on, we gotta give some better names.
Hey,
Like I don't know.
it's never too late. You know,
Groovy Smoothie, come on.
Hey,
That road's pretty heavy.
I don't know who named it. Someone
Hey.
call him out. We'll see.
Hey, I mean, if it's David, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to say that one is fun though.
Sick road.
I do like that one.
Sick road.
Very steep.
All right, Norm. I think we're about there. I always like to ask if you have any thank yous or shout outs you wanted to make to anyone out there.
I mean, shouts out to Team Mids, of course, all the Boston boys now in the Bay. Shouts out to Asheville, North Carolina, all the fine folk here for making me feel all welcome or in the area. You guys are the best. Shouts out to Skatehousemedia. Shouts out to everybody on a Lambo. Yeah, that's about it.
Right on. Well, we also have a little special treat for y'all. We kind of just threw this together last moment. Norm's going to play through, what's the song called?
I believe it's Carcinerated by my band Hate Lord off our upcoming EP. So keep an eye out.
Is this an exclusive?
This is technically kind of an exclusive.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for listening to those out there, and enjoy this little tidbit from Norm.
Hell yeah, guys.
Over and out.
Peace out.